So Andrew, we're here at IHIF in Berlin. You've recently moved to the UK to set up the Quest operation in the UK. Why did you choose the UK out of all the other territories to expand from your home in Australia?
We felt the UK had a lot of synergies with Australia, particularly language obviously, and also leasing legislation. In addition to that, there is a lot of companies in Australia that do have companies or offices here in the UK, so there is some level of brand awareness between the two. And when we came over here in May last year, it was the CEO and two general managers, including myself. We saw there was a real gap in the market for service departments. There are obviously some players already in the space, but no one really dominates the market, and accommodation is only, service apartment is only a small percentage of total accommodation. It's about 5% here, where in Australia it's about 25%.
Okay, so considerable room for growth.
Room for growth, yeah.
And which cities and areas of the UK are you targeting?
Like everyone would love a property in London, but I think London at the moment is, property market is very hot. Rents are very high, property prices are high. So we're going to take a similar approach to what we've done in Australia. We're really strong in the suburbs and regions. So we're looking at the M25 in London, and also major centres like Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, Leeds, those sorts of places.
In Australia, the majority of your properties are run on a franchise basis.
That's right.
Obviously, as a new player in the UK, you perhaps don't have the established brand to do that right now, but is that something you'll be looking to do in the long term?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have a franchise model, and you're right, because we're new into the market here, we've got to demonstrate that there is an offering from a franchise perspective, and the only way we're going to do that is to build scale and to be able to provide franchise support. So we're aiming, by the third or fourth property to have a support network and a true franchisor office here in the UK to support those properties. In the interim, we will either operate them ourselves or we'll partner with an operator to manage the properties for us.
And the parent company of Quest, you recently changed the name of the company to Apartment Hotels from Serviced Apartments. What do you think of the relative strengths of the apart hotel model, and why the change of name and shift to that particular business model?
I think the UK is everyone's trying to struggle with the definition in the UK. Is it corporate housing? Is it serviced apartments? Is it apartment hotels? In Australia, because it makes up a large part of the market, we don't necessarily have a problem with the definition. But what we found was the evolution of our product has changed from serviced apartments to apart hotels. Previously, serviced apartments would be, a block of apartments, small reception, no really other amenities like conference room and gym or pool. In Australia, all our new products have some form of leisure amenity, swimming pool or gym. They have what is like a 5-star reception when you enter in. The level of finishes are what you'd expect in a hotel. So the arrival experience is like arriving at a hotel, but you go up to the room and it's an apartment. So really, apartment hotel is probably a better description more than serviced apartments.
And your UK properties will have a similar feel to those in Australia?
Exactly, yeah. So, what we're trying to do is, we know that we're not going to be able to take the exact model from Australia to the UK, but we've learned a lot of lessons in 27 years in Australia, and 13 of them I've been at Quest, and we're trying to capitalise on the lessons learned and the market here to try and transport the model from Australia to here.